What's up, D-Gamers? Blue Move here. Today we're navigating the dark alleys of Neon District, a browser turn-based free-to-play RPG with great visuals and some very cool PvP mechanisms. I'll start by showing you my team, which is made up of a heavy, Kaiavas, a Jack, Daryl, a Ghost, which is me, Blue Move, and a Doc, that I thought was a little arrogant for calling himself a Doc at level 1, so I renamed Nurse, he's got some way to go. I also have a Demon and a Genius for a total of 6 classes, but they are in my second team, more about that later. As you can see, each character has 8 stats and 10 cards or cyber-assisted response directives. The stats are pretty straightforward, especially health, attack and defense, which of course determine the HP and how much damage your characters take and inflict. The other 5 stats are used when applying exploits, things like healing, buffing and debuffing. Nano for docs, mech for geniuses, stealth for ghosts, hacking for jacks, and tactics is, I believe, more general to fighting. Each character also comes with 10 cards, which together with the 10 cards from the weapon equipped to the character, form the pool of cards used in combat. Nanobot Stream, for example, is a healing directive. Weapons tend to have more offensive cards. Combat is auto-generated in Neon District and you might go through dozens of fights per minute, but it is a good idea to check out the combat system by playing a practice match to get a better grasp of the skills each class has and what works best in combat, as this will help when leveling up your characters. The cards can be replaced when the character levels up, so it's a good idea to know which ones are less desirable for a specific team setup. The order in combat is based on ticks, shown in the little circle underneath the health bar. Directives consume ticks when they are used, unless they are effects, which are automatically used at the beginning of the round instead, and they will have a 0 tick cost. So the higher the cost in ticks, the longer Blue Move, my Ghost, will have to wait for another turn. Each turn a character can attack or use one of 3 randomly drawn directives from their pool. This practice match is going to be rather long, so I'll cut in and out. I like it when they drop, so I'll keep that in. Combat is pretty in-depth, and as I was playing this match with my puny team of starters with basic gear on, I could see the importance of having a set of directives that works best for a special team, especially because the cards are redrawn every turn. Let me deal with these guys, and let's move on. So what are we fighting for in this cyberpunk dystopian future, I hear you ask? Freedom? Power? Wealth? Yes, some of that and more coming later on. But for now, the only game mode currently available in the game is called Neon Pizza. And yes, it's a pizza delivery network. Here is my second team of nobodies that I'm now going to send on a delivery shift. New players receive enough Neon to put together a starting team of 4 and can also begin clocking pizza delivery shifts. Not all delivery are the same though. A full work shift in tier 1 areas, merely a stroll in the cyber park with no risk of being ambushed, will last between 7 and 9 hours in real time and might net you on average about 80 Neon, the game currency which you use to buy characters, equipment and all the things you need to upgrade them. Tier 2 areas bring more profit but much more risk as well, as players can be ambushed by other teams. Earnings can be banked after each delivery to reduce losses, but that's easy to miss, so Tier 2 is best avoided until your team looks a bit beefier. I am still a small fish trying to build a team that can venture into Tier 2 without watching their back all the time. With the number of players growing and the game becoming more competitive, you can rest assured I have a long way to go. So Tier 1 it is for you, Team B. But why send the second team out? What's wrong with the first team, Blue Move? Well, they're gonna play the ambush war. Well, you see, I have here 1600 Neons, but I need 2k to buy enough parts and jewels to start upgrading my main team. Now, I could squeeze some 400 Neon or so from my loyal Team B. I will anyway. Or I could even buy Neon, but where's the fun in that? I want my 2k and I want it now. So let's throw away all human decency and steal from other innocent couriers brave enough to venture T2 in a, let's say, ill-equipped condition. This is really where the gameplay picks up. Each ambush has a cost in Neon and profits can be fenced for 40 Neon. Therefore, you must balance how aggressive you want to be against the risk of being ambushed yourself and having all your hard-earned, non-fenced, stolen Neon taken away by a stronger team. It's a never-ending, nerve-wracking game of big fish eat small fish, and I'm a small fish looking for Plankton here. So this is the criminal activity section. You'll see me refresh the page very frequently because you find these one-member teams that are very juicy. I don't know how people are sending one-member teams out, but they are, so I will take advantage of that. The problem is that often they will already have been ambushed by somebody else. So when ambushing a team of 4, you want to look at their pick to check whether they might be stronger than you. You can always check their stats before ambushing if you're not in a rush like me. Players who fail an ambush have no penalty but lose the neon pay to ambush. I reckon a good trick is to always scroll down a little bit instead of going for the top action, no matter how appealing. You'll see my neon going down because I'm using it, but we should be able to fence a nice... Oh, I see. Big fish has eaten small fish, it appears. No matter how much plankton I was able to gobble up. I am down 400 neon. And there you have it, the limit of ambushes per day. Didn't even know there was one. Okay, sharks, you had me today, but I'll be back.
I'll be back.
So I'm back some time later. My team B has been diligently clocking shifts. As you can see, I need 200 neon now to get to 2k. I wanted to make this shorter, so I reduced my ambitions there, but you can keep going for a while. Not forever though, as we recently learned. I've devised a system that I want to test here. Don't expect anything grand, we're simply going to fence every 10 ambushes. Some are more expensive than others or profitable, so it's hard to base when to fence on the amount you've already stolen. And also that's a waste of time because you're not shown on the page, you need to go back. Counting up to 10 ambushes, even I can do that. You see, that top 1 member team is always already being attended by some other quicker gentleman or gentlewoman, so scroll down, check the stats if needed, and count to 10. How hard can it be? I'm down to 1750, and that was 10. So let's see, we've stolen 130 neon, not bad. Fencing costs 40, and some profit there, but I think we could do better. It is a matter of luck, because it depends also on the time of the day, when you try to do this, whether there are more players out, whether there are more teams ambushing as well. So it is not always going to be the same, and I reckon sometimes you might lose neon with this strategy. Alright, so that was a second round of 10 ambushes gone through. I'm below 1800 again, but 159 neon stolen for 119 profit. Not too shabby. I reckon we need a good final round to do it in 3. Alright, that's it. 10 more and... oh, nice, 203. So we'll get to 2k with a few neon to spare for pizza, I guess. So I'll buy 50 parts for 1k and 15 Jews for 1k as well. Parts are used to upgrade the gear you get from loot boxes, whereas Jews is used to level up your characters. Here's some of the gear I have gathered so far. It's not a lot and you need much more if you want to get anywhere in this game. I have selected some of the pieces I have that best suits the wearer and I'm going to level those up. Leveling armor is a straightforward business, as you can see. You're offered an upgrade to the stats, but weapons and characters are different. I believe those are the most unique NFTs you can have in this game. This is Blue Move's weapon, my ghost. It's just a level 1, but it's got decent stats for a ghost. And it's cheaper to level up a common item than it is a rarer one. I could get more stealth here, but I reckon gear is better used to upgrade stats. Characters and weapons become more unique NFTs, to my mind, if you upgrade their cards. Unless you get better directives upgrades. So I'll go for the rank 6 maneuver, which inflicts extra damage if the attack also applies debuffing up to twice. Debuffing which is of course a ghost specialty. Weapons and characters can only have 10 directives at once, so I'll drop one of the base attacks. I've also been toying with the idea of upgrading some of the items I have, which I don't really need, to sell on OpenSea. Here's one a genius might find useful, so I'll upgrade it because an item below level 4 cannot be exported, but we'll talk more about that later. And let's do some promotions as well. That sounds familiar. Blue Move, still a level 1 noob. We could get some stealth, but Stupefy on the other hand. I'm not 100% sure what it does, but I think the number below the card type is the directive level, and a rank 5 sounds too good to pass. We'll drop a basic attack for it. And what about nurse? Well, the best I'm getting here is a rank 2, because I don't really want tactics. An effect that gives focus heal and doubles it up if you use a healing card in the turn? On a dock? Pretty good. We'll drop one of these sacrifice directives I had to use in the practice match for absolutely no reason. And there it is. I've reached my goal in Neon District for today, but let's talk about the game a little more. Each of the game assets you acquire in the game is an NFT minted on the Polygon chain. Check the M under the item name to make sure that it's already been minted. Quite cleverly, the game stores these assets in a game wallet associated to your account, so that new players don't have to bother with crypto, wallets and everything else to get going. Nothing prevents you from linking your own wallet to your account and transferring your assets outside of the internal wallet. As Neon is currently not traded on chain, this is the only way for players to profit from the game, by selling their assets on OpenSea. As long as the NFTs are still held in the linked wallet, you will still be able to use them in-game. With OpenSea's adoption of the Polygon network, it is now possible to transfer your assets without paying high gas fee. However, a word of warning, these transfers from the internal wallet to your personal wallet can take some time, up to actually 2 weeks to be finalized. So if you intend to do this, plan ahead. Here are some pieces on the Polygon OpenSea, and I've started to wonder whether there is much market for items with good upgrades, or if it's better to try and sell those level 5 you were dropped that don't really fit any of your characters. I'll have to dig into that. A few words about the roadmap. The devs promise to deliver many more modes in the future, and I think they deserve a lot of respect for focusing primarily on gameplay and not on tokenomics. Most of the NFT games out there flip that narrative around. As long as that is the main way of doing things in this space, we won't see a lot of real growth. Anyway, that was Neon District. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. And if my pitch landed and you want to join in, I have a referral code for the game, which will get you enough Neon to set up your starting team and start delivering pizzas. If you are already a fellow Neon Districter, tell me about your experience in the comments. Do you have any tips for me? I'd be happy to hear you out. Also, more D-games and discussions about the global Web3 movement coming this way, so subscribe to my channel to keep the conversation going. That's it from me for today. Good hunting.